Yeah. They call me stupid, call me dumb. That's
What?
pretty, yeah, that's
Why?
a pretty...
Because you're from Louisiana?
Because I talk like, I probably talk like this a little bit, and, don't talk like that anymore. Just a good old Southern kid. I was a nice guy, but if you talk like this, and I threw a lot of interceptions my rookie year. One guy said, well, he can't read defenses, and so therefore he's got to be stupid. The image thing hurt. I didn't trust people. I didn't like them. I didn't like going around the city. I don't like sticking my head out. People weren't nice to me, and I understand that. But at the same time, when we did start winning, Scott, I never allowed myself to be accepted because I remembered how painful it was for 5 years.
Did attitudes change toward you then once you started winning?
Sure. I mean,
now you're smart.
Of course they do. Yeah, I'm smartest thing ever played the game. I'm just,
Boy, the fickleness of
it
fame.
was tough. Hey, listen, Scott, it was not easy. I remember many a night sitting in my apartment and, just praying to God he'd just get me out of here.
Literally prayed to God.
Get me out of here, man. Yeah.
Out of the game. Didn't want to play
Just get me out of here.
It wasn't just the media that hounded Terry. He wasn't used to the pressures of a big-time NFL quarterback, and eventually he slipped into depression.
You have to understand now, I'm a mama's boy. I'm from the South. My way of being raised is totally different from the big city life. I'm country. Truly was a country boy. It's a whole new world up there. Went to a small school. And so I had a hard time. I was not used to criticism, and I did not respond well to the way my coach treated me. I didn't respond well to a firm hand and insults.
The depression got how bad for you?
I didn't know I was depressed until years later. I went to the Meyer Clinic for ADD, got tested for ADD. So that's nice. Nice to know you got ADD. So that puts you on, medication. Did that for years. Then got tested for clinical depression. And so finally, when they tell you this, you go, oh, this is great. So now this explains events in your life and how you handle them. But our society frowns on it, and they don't want their heroes to have these issues. But unfortunately, I do. And
you plowed through what? 3 marriages?
I've been. Well, that's one of the problems as a Christian is we have to deal with our failures and the shame of it all. And I had to figure out that it's okay for me to fail, but I don't want to be judged by you. And my friends back then judged me and were harsh with me.
You mean your Christian friends?
Yeah, exactly. I had a hard time with that.
Sure.
I had a real hard time with it, and it ran me off. I got so angry with them.
From the Christians and
exactly,
God and everything.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole thing. It wasn't until 10 years ago, Father's Day, that I really got saved. I mean, I had one of those great, wonderful salvation moments in my life. It was one of those moments where I knew that God's Spirit had moved into my heart and into my life and had grabbed and taken control of me. And you know what? I couldn't escape it. Because I learned that God forgave me.
Yeah, I did.
See, now you may not, and they may not.
No, don't do that to me.
No, I'm using you. You're my object. You're my object.
Thank you very much. You're a lot bigger than I am.
You're my object.
You're right. Okay.
But I know for a fact that God has forgiven me. And you know what?
I forgive you, man.
Okay, thank you. I had to forgive myself.
All right.
I'm not ashamed of who I am.
Nor should you be.
Or my personality. And when the depression thing came out, everybody says, well, how can you be depressed? You're such a funny guy, but depression doesn't rob you of your personality.
Right.
I actually was with my ex-wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, who had called the preacher, and we went from the front porch of my house over to the barn, because that's where I was living at the time.
In a barn?
In a barn.
Jesus was born in a stable. That's good.
That's good. Yeah, it was.
So, you prayed?
I was led through the sinner's prayer. It was pretty powerful.
How did it change you?
Well, what it did was it consumed me.
Wow.
It consumed me, and it still does.
Yeah.
Still does.
It?
Just everything that I have done, everything that I do, is to this day, all major decisions are all through prayer.
Yeah.
You know, I know me, and I know my heart, and I know what the Lord expects, and I know what a Christian's supposed to act like. But you can act it.
Sure, you can.
But do you really believe it?
Yeah. Well, that's hypocrisy if you don't.
Exactly. Yeah. And I know I believe it.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel good.